Hi, and welcome to my channel, Janine Robichaux with Soulful Pathways. Today we'll be doing a yin flow. We'll be holding the poses for about 7 breaths. And yin is finding your pose, finding stillness within that pose, and then holding it for 7 breaths. So let's begin with a chest opener. Lie down onto your backside with a bolster underneath your back. So for me, I have the bolster right here. I'm going to lie myself down onto the back. I'm going to take my socks off now. And I'm going to lie myself down. And I'm going to have my shoulders heading down towards the floor. You can have your legs down, or you can have your feet on the ground. You can have the bottoms of your feet together. So find that comfort. And you want to really begin to open up your chest. You want to open up your rib cage. So feel your rib cage expand and contract. Let your arms come down by your sides. So again, find your way into the pose, this chest opener pose. And then find stillness and allow the magic to happen. Allow your muscles to begin to soften. Get deep into your tissues, your connective tissues, your fascia, and begin to de-stress. And find that ujjayi breath, inhaling and exhaling the oceanic sound. See if you can exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. We'll be here for 3 more breaths, allowing your shoulders to rest and head down towards the floor. Filling your lungs and finding your ujjayi breath. Finding your pose. Finding stillness within your breath. And then holding the pose. And we'll be coming out of the pose with your next breath, so take your time. Bringing your feet to the floor to help you roll yourself over. And you're going to just sneak that bolster away from your body, and then you're going to come right back down onto your mat. And then bring your knees in and gently hold your knees. Sway a little side to side, finding your lower back. Recline child's pose. Find stillness. Close your eyes and see if you can focus between your eyebrows, your third eye. Focus there. Find stillness with your pose. Notice if you're softening and relaxing. Notice if your breath is full. Yin is the softness of yoga, where yang is more active. And 2 more breaths. And with your next breath, you come out of your pose. So you bring awareness to coming out of your pose. You bring awareness of how you come out of the pose. So my arms are going to support me. I'm going to roll myself over onto my side. I'm going to use my hand to guide myself up into a seated pose. I'm going to come all the way up. And I'm going to bring the bottoms of my feet together. Your feet can be further away or they can be fairly close in our butterfly pose. And you want to hinge from your hips, drawing yourself forward and down. And each time you exhale, you may be able to soften into your pose a little bit more. Maybe you hold on to your toes. Maybe you hold on to your shins. But you stay in that stillness and you close your eyes and you focus on your third eye. Focus right there between your eyebrows. Roll your eyes up. De-stressing your body. Noticing if you're feeling any discomfort in this pose, and stay with that discomfort. Breathing into the discomfort, the dis-ease. Adding flexibility to your body. In our next breath, we come out of the pose, so wait for that breath. And notice how you come out of the pose. Notice the hands that guide you out of the pose. Noticing your breath coming into deer pose. One knee is going to be forward and one knee is going to be back. So I draw one leg back and one leg forward. You can draw and bring 2 blocks or a pillow or your bolster and come forward and down. Working your hips, piriformis muscle. Noticing how comfortable you feel in this pose. A couple little tricks if you're feeling really uncomfortable is to put a blanket or a bolster underneath your bottom so you're up a little bit more and slide your body down. You may even need to be more upright and just leaning forward. But you're closing your eyes and you're focusing on your third eye, the spot right between your eyebrows. And our next breath will bring us up, using your hands with awareness, bringing both of your feet out in front and windshield wiping your legs from side to side. So hands in the back, and wiggle those legs from side to side. All right, are you ready for the other side? Bringing one knee forward, one leg back. Remembering all your choices and noticing how you feel on this side versus the opposite side. Your arms are going to come out in front. You can even build a little pyramid with your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. Remember, your first breath brings you into the pose. So you notice, where am I feeling discomfort? Where am I feeling a little dis-ease within my body? And the next breath, you allow yourself any changes that you want to make. And then the third breath is that stillness breath. Find stillness. Remembering yin is the softness of our bodies, the softness of yoga. And our next breath will bring us out of the pose. And slowly walk your hands up. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Hands are in the back for support. And coming into our cat and cow pose. Both hands are on the ground. Your knees are underneath your hips. You're arching into your cat and pressing. into cow pose and allowing yourself to come back and forth with awareness, with no judgment, even with compassion, loving kindness. And sink your body into child's pose. Allow your knees to be a little bit wide in this child's pose. Letting your arms either come out in front or they can come back behind you. Your forehead draws down. And remembering the first breath brings you into the pose. Your second breath allows you to move just a little bit to create that perfect pose. And your third breath brings you into stillness. And if you're feeling any discomfort, breathe into that discomfort. Soften it. Finding the gentleness of soothing yourself. And the next pose, the next breath is going to bring us into the next pose. Notice how you come out of the pose. Any bolster, any props that you want to move. You're going to come up onto your knees. You're going to step 1 foot forward. Your hands are going to come on either side of that foot. And you're going to bring the back foot onto your toe. And this is lizard pose. So both hands are going to be on the inside of that foot, whatever foot is in the front. And begin to sink your body down. Bring that back knee to the floor. Flatten out the back foot. And see if you can come down just a little bit more. And remember, yin poses find a little bit of discomfort. So you want to find comfort in your discomfort. Where are you feeling it? What muscles are you working on and breathing into? And slowly come out of your lizard pose. Coming back onto that back leg, swinging that front foot to the back side. Coming into your child's pose for just a breath. And coming into lizard pose on the other side. So I come up onto my knees. I step my opposite foot forward. My hands come to the inside of the front foot. And then I allow the back knee to come down. And I come down as much as I can come down. If I can come down onto my forearms, I can come down onto my forearms. Use a block if you need to use a block. You can use a block to come down on, but find that stillness in your lizard pose. Noticing your breath, noticing where your muscles are tight. Are you able to loosen them with your breath? Find that softness within the disease, within the discomfort. One more breath. And the next breath brings us into our next pose. So slowly come out of your pose. Moving any props that you might have. Moving your feet to the side, coming all the way to your back side. We're going to come into happy baby nice and slow. My left foot is going to be on the floor and my right knee comes towards my right shoulder. I can either hold on to the inside of my right foot. I can hold on to the back side of my right knee. Find stillness. Close your eyes. Focus on the third eye. What are you witnessing? What are you softening into? What are you creating? And can you be gentle with your body? Bring your right foot to the floor and bring your left knee towards your left shoulder. Hold that left knee towards your left shoulder, behind your knee. Left hand on your left foot. Where can you find that gentleness within your life? What can you let go of? What can you soften? What can you allow? What can you breathe into? And both feet, if you're able to, hold on behind your knees. That's absolutely fine. Noticing your breath. Let go of your feet, let go of behind your knees, and let your feet come to the floor. And let them open up to the side. The bottoms of your feet can come together. And if that's not comfortable, you can allow your legs to come into full Shavasana pose. But if you're able to bring the bottoms of your feet together, bring the bottoms of your feet together. And then allow one leg to become long. The opposite leg becomes long. And you're going to stay here. You're going to stay in your Shavasana pose for about 3 or 4 more breaths. And letting it go with a sigh. Oh, thank you for joining Soulful Practice. Namaste.